So if you like to watch horse racing or get involved in the in-running markets as they're playing out live, it's extremely important that you have the right video streaming services available to you. There's nothing worse than getting set up with something like Sky and then finding out that there's a significant delay to the real-time information. That's something that happened to me many moons ago. So in this week's video, I'm going to lay out the different services that are available, do a little bit of a comparison between them so you know what to go for and what is best to fit your particular needs. So if you're looking for fast pictures or a cheap and reliable option, or even a more premium option where there's more entertainment and insight towards the actual horses, this video has broke it all down for you. Now I've done the research and put the hard work in for you ahead of time, so if you wouldn't mind just repaying the favour, take 2 seconds just to tap that like button down below to ensure that we are the best streaming information source on YouTube when it comes to horse racing content. So people watching this video may have different needs, different go-tos that they want to fulfill and ensure that their expectations are met. So we're going to follow a specific structure in this video where I cover 4 different points. Now I'm going to cover the time delays because I think that's extremely important, particularly if you're betting in running. Stability of coverage, ensuring it doesn't go down, that can be extremely frustrating throughout the day. The quality of the coverage that's on offer, and of course the cost of subscription or viewing these different services. So let's dive straight into things with Racing TV. Now most people will have heard of this feed even if they don't have it themselves at home. Very popular feed, probably slightly more premium, but let's go through each of those points one by one. So first of all, time delays on Racing TV. Now historically I've used Racing TV myself on multiple different platforms, so I'm aware that at different places you might get a slightly different time delay. So the online feed might be slightly delayed in when compared to, say for example, the Sky feed or even the Virgin feed. So in terms of time delays currently, because they were recently updated, we're down to about half a second when it comes to Sky, as I'm led to believe. I don't use Sky right now for my Racing TV. I use the online streams, which I'll come on to shortly after. But I even called Racing TV just to confirm this, but the representative got really quite defensive, and it's as though I was doing something wrong, just asking a question, but they wouldn't tell me what the actual delays were. But as I understand it, Sky is the fastest form of Racing TV that you'll get. Following that, you can get Racing TV online, which can be delayed a little bit more and give a slightly different level of quality and coverage. So the stability is a good thing with Racing TV because it's extremely stable, it's reliable, it's the more premium of all the channels. I've not really seen it go down in the past unless it's via, say for example, a bookmaker's feed. The quality of coverage is top notch. You have better quality pundits on there that are in the know in terms of their horse racing knowledge, so that can be very useful. Obviously that doesn't always necessarily translate into price, but you can sometimes pick up on useful pieces of information just before the start of a race when they say about a specific horse. You can get HD formats, good channel, reliable, the coverage overall is good, you have the better quality presenters and pundits. In terms of the tracks they cover the more premium quality tracks a lot of the time, a lot of the better events. If you think to, say for the all-weather, compare it to something else like At the Races, you'll get places like Kempton that are a lot better. We'll put a list of the tracks on screen now so you can see what tracks that they do cover from Racing TV, but overall high quality feed. In terms of cost, it's a bit more expensive than others because of this. So if you were to subscribe to the online version of Racing TV, it's £24.98 per month, okay? And that is also the same for with Sky, so you can log in with multiple devices, be it on tablet, iPhone, your desktop computer, or watch it via Sky. If you're to watch it via Virgin, you need a Virgin package, and then it's another £20 a month on top of that, I believe. Again, I don't use Virgin for the delay reasons we'll come on to in just a second, but you know, it's a good quality option. But if you're trying to play the races in play, then you want to just be aware that there might occasionally be some glitches to the online feed, and it might be the delay might vary slightly. So next up is At the Races, and rather bizarrely maybe one of my favourite feeds. I say bizarrely because time differences are very important to me, being a trader, trading the races one after the other. But historically At the Races Sky feed was delayed up to around about 8 seconds, and I believe the online feed mirrored that also. I can't claim to have actually used that one. Stability was obviously good, being a mainstream channel. The quality of the coverage was good in terms of picture, all that kind of stuff. You can go full screen, large pictures. There's lots of entertainment value on that channel is what I really want to say. You get the likes of Matt Chapman, Weaver. They have a bit of a laugh. It can be quite watchable, particularly if you're watching it for long periods of time, as I have been. The downside being is absolutely jammed full of adverts. So some people, you may have heard them refer to it as at the adverts. You can get it via Sky, or you can get an online feed. With Sky, you need obviously the Sky package. I believe it was about £1 extra a month or something I used to pay for it when I had Sky. The online feed is $9.99, again includes various devices, stuff like that. But really the difference is between racing TV and At the Races. Again, At the Races has a lot of races covered, it's split between the two pretty much. We'll put a list of all the tracks that they cover on screen, but the difference being is, you know, lower cost, slightly lower racing quality, less build up to the races in terms of coverage, a little bit more entertainment, probably appealing more to the masses and likely to be shown in various establishments, you know, where people are having drinks, working men's clubs, that kind of stuff. So if you're on Virgin also, I'm led to believe that there may also be an additional delay in terms of time if you're watching At the Races. But as with all of these feeds, these things are changing. So, you know, I'm producing this video now, you might find in 3 months time, all those time delays have changed yet again. So make sure you do your own research if that's really important to you. Next up, we've got bookmakers feeds. Now this one's important to me because this is the one that I use, okay? Now I'll use Betfair Live Video, and as I understand it, all the different bookmakers feed into one central feed, which is made up between coverage from At the Races and Racing TV. Now, the difference being, for example, on the Betfair live feed, you can actually watch the race on desktop, but you've only got a small window to do so. The time delay is typically quite good, half a second up to about 2 seconds. Typically can be up to 5 seconds delay. Obviously it's probably dependent on things that are happening at the various courses and places like that, but typically delay is low and the speed is fast. The quality of the picture is not amazing and you're stuck with a small frame of reference when watching it. So that's the downsides. Cost, typically depending on which bookmaker you're using, or sportsbook or exchange, you have to place a bet in order to watch the TV, although with some in recent times they've now gone, as long as you're logged in and your account is funded, even if you're not placing a bet on that event, you can watch it too. Stability is probably the downside here. So again, it varies depending on different sportsbooks and providers. Sometimes it's down to their tech also, but typically if you're a Betfair Exchange user, as I am, you'll know that watching the live video can be frustrating. On some days you'll find that it will, you know, routinely drop, and there's not really a lot you can do about that. But then at the end of the day, you're getting fast coverage and it's costing you absolutely next to nothing. This really just leaves ITV, which I'm talking about the UK now, so mainstream TV. You'll find at the weekends, some big events, there's ITV coverage. They obviously have the rights to the racing now. Time delay on this can be absolutely atrocious, okay? And again, it's variable. It depends whether you're watching it through Freeview, you know, where you're watching it, if you're watching it online, but you can expect significant delays. You'll get broader coverage, which means obviously there's a little bit of entertainment value there. You'll get some decent presenters, but the terms of quality racing coverage is not really there because it's built for the general public rather than specific racing fans. Obviously, with that, the upshot is the fact that you don't actually have to pay anything for it. It's free as long as you've got ITV coverage, and the stability and quality of the images is good. So hopefully that's give you a bit of an idea what you want to be aiming for if you're looking to play the racing in running or just watch it for entertainment value. All of those options there. Myself, I just stick to using a bookmaker's feed online, and you can flip between the two. Bet365 can be another reliable one if they haven't restricted you from having a bet. Obviously I can't have a bet with them, but yeah, check it out for yourself. Hopefully that's useful. We've got a good playlist building up on the channel now for horse racing information and knowledge, so we'll leave that in the end screen at the top here. But please click another video. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for future content.